got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers, the mission. I see they got the...
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Murano Music with 3-Piece TCG, and today I'm coming at you with a winning Broly deck list. This time, my very own winning Broly deck list that I was able to pick up this 4-drop Goku promo, which is a little strange. I guess my local shop is a little behind because I know it was those, and then it was the the celebrations cards. But you know, we're still building our scene at that particular store, so we're gonna get into it. I got a great question that kind of spawned and got the wheels turning, and you know, this is not the first deck list that's out there, but I definitely want to go into a little more practicality of the deck and how it operates and what we're really just plainly looking for, because I feel like there is a linear strategy that could be exploited for your benefit as a Broly player or just green in general. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I will see you on the deck list side. All right, guys, so as you can see, I'm infinitely flexing my Luffy Nationals match signed by the creator of the game himself. And we're running Broly. If you've seen me before, you know I've been running Childhood Gohan because, well, frankly, I opened the alt art in my first box, so that was lit. But I was running into a lot of trouble with yellow. It's not unwinnable, but anytime you find yourself needing your opponent to not draw optimally, that's already strike 2 and 3 to me, because you know I want to be able to beat my opponent with them playing at their best. You know what I mean? I'm not counting on misplays or them not seeing their cards. Anyhow, so we switched to Broly, and Broly is a 15k leader, as you can see, and that's pretty just straight up draw a card, right? Now here's where it gets freaky. So Broly, when he awakens, he puts the top life into his energy, okay, and then he flips over. And what that does is that if you're at 6, now you're at 7 Dawn, or 7 energy, excuse me. And then your very next turn, you know, if you did it on defense or what have you, your very next turn, now you're at 8 and you're ready to play your Broly. You know, that's insane. Okay, and then now when we get to Broly, of course, you know, apologize if you guys already know this stuff. I'm, you know, making it for everybody. But 25k leader, place one of your energy in your drop, draw one card, then this card gets plus 5k for the turn. So then you're swinging for 30, and, you know, that's the magic number. You always want to swing for 10 over. That way you're able to cause your opponent to have to come out of 2 cards in their hand, or one super combo, which if you're getting super combos out of your opponent's hands, bro, you're doing the right thing. You're on your way. So anyhow, now this comment had come up and basically saying that, you know, they're ready to get rid of the Gohan cantrips because of the amount of times they've been able, they have, you know, bottom deck pivotal cards. And I'm summarizing, the comment will be up on the screen. But anyhow, completely understand and empathize as well. So I wanted to go into that with you guys. So for the starters, we're going to talk about that 4 of, okay? We're going to talk about that 4 of Gohan Childhood. Now, the thing is this, on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with a cost 5 or less, and Saiyan in its special traits, and add it to your hand. Place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order, okay? So what's happening here is, this is a card you love to play and your first Dawn, or excuse me, first energy turn. And why? Because, you know, it replaces itself. You got a 5k on the field to, you know, you can use for combo, etc. But what people are running into, and what I've ran into myself, is that, you know, this card is bottom decking, or will bottom deck, you know, your Brolys. It'll bottom deck your androids, your Teen Gohans. It'll bottom deck anything 5 or excuse me, anything over 5. Okay, so you got to understand that there's inherent risk to playing this card. And that's why I can't talk about that card without talking about this card. 4 of your Son Gokus, okay? Son Goku is 1 for 5 as well, 5 combo, and his on play is simply draw 1 card. So you can only play 1 of these on your first turn, and even if you're going second and you have that energy marker, you're never going to burn an energy marker to play 2 of these. That's just never, do not ever do that. So what you're looking at is, if you have your big cards, at least 1 card, especially if it's not a green mirror. If I have 1 Broly in my hand, or, you know, if I have a Broly in my hand, I'm okay with playing this, because if I'm going up against yellow, very rarely am I going to be playing 2 Brolys back to back to need to close them. I typically will have it done by the time I get there, because you got to understand that I've been able to possibly play my Android, my other stuff. Anyways, we'll get into that. But so understand that this is a calculated risk, and that is part of the game. So what you're going to want to do is on your first turn, if you don't see any of your big cards, you're trying to play as many of these Gokus as you can to draw cards. You're also swinging. I'm also personally, what I did in this last and what I've been doing is I'm also swinging because I'm looking for cards. And once I'm done looking for cards, I tend to slow the game down and not swing, especially if I'm going up against a critical leader. Why? You critical leaders do not draw cards when they swing at you, so you can effectively starve them and put it on them and make it their responsibility to self-awaken. If they can't self-awaken, then they're stuck in that loop where they want to develop their board, you're attacking their board, you're getting rid of their board and cards out of their hand, and their hand is never replenishing. That goes into strategy. But so these four, I do run a suite of cantrips, and four of each. And I will definitely stand by that. This is what you should do. Just understand that the caveat is, if you have the card you're looking for, cool. If you do not have the card you're looking for, look for Son Goku, right? And even if sometimes, I will definitely be playing these, because if I don't have my cards to ramp, Jack, this whole thing ain't gonna work anyways. And every card that this Son Gohan pulls is your ramp card. We're talking about Turles. We're talking about Goku, the one with working on cells indigestion. We're talking about Vegeta, and even the event card, Gigantic Destruction, or excuse me, Great Destruction, Destructive Strength. God bless. So that is a very necessary card to be running, and it's a pivotal turn one. So we got these four of each. Next, I got these kind of in order. So running four of Gigantic Meteor. My brother Dirty Panda's fiance was kind enough to find an extra starter deck, and that's where I was able to get this Gigantic Meteor, or just run four of them. But absolutely say you must run four of these. I was running three for the longest, and I was able to because I had opened a extra Gigantic Meteor in my first starter deck. But anyhow, this is your finisher card. This is your defending card. This is the card you use to defend, make it through the round, and then finish off next round, or to just use offensively to win. This is not a card you use frivolously, and this is also a card that can be charged if you're too far away from getting to where you want to be. So understand that, while it is a very pivotal card, we run four of them so that if we charge one of them, it's not the end of the world. Okay, next, I've seen a bunch of lists running four of Android 18s, and I was doing that as well. I since have brought her down to two. Android 18 is a spice at this point to me. It's a flex spot. It's nothing that I'm actually depending on. Her on play is draw one card, then discard one card from your hand. Then when attacking, if you have six or more energy, draw one card. So effectively, she will allow you to see two cards at minimal. Two cards minimal when you play her on your 6 dawn turn. However, if I'm playing her on my 6 energy turn, something has gone incredibly wrong. You know what I mean? This is not a card that I want to ever have to play. As also on the 2 dawn turn, or 2 dawn, whatever, 2 energy, she's not the card I'm always looking for on curb, because I may not want to discard a card from my hand. Just frankly, I might have everything I want, but she's a 20k. That's cool. So we're keeping her here for now. She's definitely on the flex spot, chopping block. Then we go into our other two cost, and that's going to be Trunks Future. So Trunks Future is pound for pound the strongest 2-drop in the game, right? He's 2 for 25. That's insane. But if you get a look at his permanent, it says this card can't attack your opponent's leader. Now, against yellow matchups, that's perfectly fine. Because we want to starve them anyways. We don't necessarily want a Frieza to awaken immediately and or give Cooler any more cards, etc. And in the meantime, while we have him on the field, if he's upright, he's a 10K. He's a 10K combo. If he's in our hand, he's a 10K combo, and he can beat any card. Shoot, even up to four. Some of these guys only have 25 or less. So that's something to look for. Running three of him right now. He's got the sand. He's got the sand trait. And understand that in the yellow matchup, he will begin to lose value once cards like King Cold and actually the other Frieza, the Frieza that self awakens. Anyhow, now we got Destructive Strength. Okay, for Destructive Strength, because that's a non-negotiable. Activate main. Add one card from the top of your deck to your energy. Now, understand that it says from the top of your deck to your energy. It does not say rested, like a lot of these other cards will say. What that means is on my turn 3, I'm playing Destructive Strength. I'm adding a card for my deck active, and then I'm playing that other Son Goku, or I'm playing that other Gohan. You understand? So you don't want to charge on that round. Be mindful. You do not want to charge your 1-drops, because you will be playing those 1-drops effectively for free. Now, here's a bit of a flex pick for myself. I believe this deck is running 51 or 52 cards. I'd have to count again, honestly. But I could not find it in my heart to part with these Son Gokus. And the reason being is because 4 for 25, again, look at Trunks. 25, he could swing into a 4-drop. That's insane. But anyhow, on play, add up to 1 card from your hand to your energy. So what we have here in this deck is, and you know, I can't talk about him, I guess, without going into 4 of the Vegetas. Okay, now Vegeta's 4 for 20, also a 10K combo, which is a static. It's amazing. Add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy in rest mode. Then activate once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less, and KO it. Okay, so now understand, this is why I can't talk about one without the other. Okay, so now we got Vegeta, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy in rest mode. Activate 1, discard 1 card from your hand to choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 2 or less, and KO it. Also, 4 for 20, 10K combo. Now, this on play ability, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop. This is why these two, you cannot talk about one without the other. Beautiful card. I know, see the glare. I'm sorry. Anyhow, this is why you can't talk about one without the other, because there have been times when I play this Vegeta, or I need to play this Vegeta, but I have nothing in my drop. You know, I need a ramp on my 4 Dawn turn, but I have nothing in my drop. Well, this is when Son Goku can keep the party going, and you can just add up to any card from your hand to your energy. And then again, it does not signify rested. This one does signify it is in rest mode. If you could see it, yeah, whatever. Just take my word for it. All right, you can read it. It'll put it in rest mode. So when you add a card from your hand, be sure to not add a Son Goku or a Childhood Gohan. You can then play another searcher card. That's a pivotal turn, and that is what's going to keep your Dawn going from 4 to 5, and you know, we just keep this show going. Okay, so now I got 3 Turtles for the girls. Critical. Okay, 5 for 30. He has critical strike, which means when you land an attack on your opponent, they do not get that life card. They do not get that resource. It goes straight to their drop. Okay, but it's on play. Add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more. Remember that, from your drop to your energy. However, the language does not distinguish that it needs to be rested. This is why he went from 2 to 3 on my list, because I am again playing 5, going to 6, playing one of these little bastards, and I am ramping. Not to mention, I'm swinging 10K over any starter deck, or excuse me, any leader, with the exception of Broly, of course. But I'm swinging over everybody, and they've got to come out of 2 cards, or they will be taking that critical hit. So that is a huge deal for this card. I hope I'm not. I'm looking, seeing that I'm just like kind of like playing them all out there. Maybe I'll try to organize this real quick. But anyways. So we got Turtles for the girls, and he's a great critical striker, and this is what we want him for. We're playing him on curb, and more times than not, when I was playing the Teen Gohan build, I was looking for him to be my guy. I was looking for him more than my Goku, frankly. But what has happened since is because of our leader's ability, place one of your energy from your drop. Uh, yeah, place one of your energy in your drop, draw one card, then this card gets plus 5k power for the turn. Understand that when you simply swing with Broly, you're not gaining a card anymore. So you have to activate that ability every turn that you expect to draw a card. This is why we are now proudly running 4 of Son Goku, and we are absolutely looking to play him on curve even over Turtles for the girls. And so his auto is, it's a lot to read, but when this card is played or when a card is placed in your drop from your energy, add the top of card of your deck, I forgot how to read, to your energy and rest mode. So effectively, when we utilize our leader's ability, we're putting a card from our drop. We're doing this, right? Cool. Well, he's going to take one from the top and immediately replace it. It will be in rest mode, so remember that. And this is why you want to summon before you use your ability, because if you do it on your 8 dawn turn and you're expecting to summon Broly, you will not be able to summon Broly. Why? Because you will go to 7 active and 1 rested. So remember to summon first. I know that's a little weird for One Piece players like myself, but summon first and then start getting busy. But he's the guy that's going to keep us drawing cards. He's going to keep us swinging for 30, which again is that magic number, 10k above every every leader's power. So these two are the ones we want to see on 5. Now we got Son Gohan Childhood. Now I'm running 4 of him, and I heard, I read in the comment about this one as well, or maybe it was a different one. Anyhow, so we got a 5 for 30, which is great. Great stat line, 10k combo. That's the main reason why he's in our deck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you guys. The main reason why he's in here is he's got the Saiyan stat. He is searchable from Child Gohan, and he's got a 10k combo. But also, big deal. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 4 or less and KO it. That's a big deal, and you'd never want to be in a position where you need to play this card and you need to pop something, because you want to be playing these first. Frankly, you want to be playing these. If you're not seeing one of these 7 cards, in your deck, it's a tough day at the office, to say the least. So we're mainly looking at him for charging and for 10k comboing. But if need be, he's going to pop anything on the field, especially in one of those pesky, yellow matchups. Which also, I barely touched on Vegeta's ability to discard a card and pop something that's, a 2-drop, but that is also something you want to look for. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and show these 4 at the same time. This is, so there's synergy between these 2 cards. Okay, let me go ahead and put these back so you guys can kind of focus on what I'm talking about here. So this is Son Gohan Childhood, 6 for 35. That's a big poppy swing right there. That's even 10k above Broly. Okay, so this is a great card. And on play, add the top card of our deck to our life. We can't control it, so remember, whatever. But and 5k combo. This is typically a card we're going to be charging, if we see it early in our hand, because we're not going to be waiting till 6. We got bigger things to do at 6. And I have Android 16. So I was running 2 Android 16s. And the reason why is because if you can read that here, and I'm sure it's still going to be blurry, but Android 16 is a blocker, and when KO'd, play up to 1 Son Gohan Childhood with the cost of 6 from your drop. That's not 6 or less. If it was 6 or less, bro, he'd be goated. But it's this card in particular. So what does that mean? That means if at 6 Dawn, we are, I don't know, in a weird space where we want to play this card instead of ramp or instead of anything else, yeah, we play him. If he gets if he gets KO'd, it has to be KO'd, then we get to pull one of these from our drop, and now we gain a life, and we got a 6 for 35k. That's big, but let me tell you, it just doesn't happen very often. And he's one of the guys that's on the chopping block for me. I picked the tech up from UniTCG, uh, and you know I do trust he's a great player. I've met him, great guy. I met him at nationals. Uh, it just hasn't done anything for me. I've probably done it once uh, on camera against Juan, and yeah, it just doesn't come to fruition. So mainly he's here for a 10K combo. Now we're going to talk about the big daddies. Well, let's get these guys out of the way first. King Vegeta, just because he's saying, not that we can pull him or anything, but it's a super combo. You got to have 4 super combos. I was thinking about just putting Yamcha just because I fuck with Yamcha. But just 4 super combos. The only time you charge him for attack, or excuse me, combo to attack, is when you're going to end the game. Never, ever, ever do you charge him for energy or use them offensively otherwise. I take that back. There is very, very finite situations where you would charge them, but man, hopefully you're never in that position. I'm running one of Android 1718. Okay. Now I completely agree with Sensei Adam about if you're gonna run something, if you're gonna run two of it, right? Or if you're gonna run 0 or 2, I got you. But the reason why I'm running one of is because I can't find two of this card right now. And this is the card that I would rather play two of. I'd rather get rid of this one and run this one. So what's happening is they're both doing the same thing that's most important to me. Frankly, Android 17 and 18, double strike. So that means when you land an attack on your opponent, they're going to take 2 damage instead of 1, which is great. And then on play, this is the big one, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 3 or less and KO them. That's why I'm playing the card. The stat line 6 or 40 is dope, but I'm playing it because I need to get rid of this Ginyu Force. I need to get rid of the Frieza Clan stuff. I need to get rid of that stuff. That's why I'm playing, because I get to pop 2 and swing into 1, and they're not going to be able to block it, right? So I'm trying to get rid of 3 cards. That's why I'm playing that card. And also, that leads us to Teen Gohan. Teen Gohan, the reason I'm playing this card is because on play, discard 1 card from your hand, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 5 or less, and KO them. This card can't attack for the turn. So if this card turns into a normal card from any other card game that has the Summoner's Exhaustion and they're just not able to attack, that's fine with me, because I'm going to get into some little tech right here, but if I can run 2 of these, I'm running 2 of these. Why? Because 8 days a week, when I run these, when I play, I knew that'd be cool. I knew I'd just be able to pick it up. When I'm playing a 5 drop, on that turn, I'm going from 5 to 6. Okay. Then that next turn, when I charge, I'm going to 7. I'm going to 7 anyways. So the 6 energy turn, I don't need 2 of these. I don't need 2 of these. I don't. And what's more is these cards have 0 combo. Okay, so apologize I got interrupted by a phone call, but anyhow, so I think where I left off was I was talking about why I don't want to run so many, boss monsters, right? They both have 0 combo. That means you can get these bricked up in your hand and you can't do nothing with them, okay? Also, if I see this card in my hand and I got this card in my hand, I'm charging this one every time. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to be in a situation where I'm going late game and I don't have the combo. Remember, we've got to exist. We've got to survive so that we can outvalue our opponents. That's what the green ramp strategy is. Anyhow, so if you can get 2 of these, minus these, and keep it moving. If you want to go for 8 cards in your deck that have 0 combo, be my guest. You might find that you get bricked up though. So anyways, now the reason why I'm running this card in particular is because it's got 50k, right? And the reason why I would run 2, but this tech right here does apply to both, okay? You want to play one of these on your 6 or 7 dawn turn. The reason being is they take a lot of aggro. I feel like I just really want to talk about this card, guys, all right? So when I play this card on my 7, he costs 50. They're not going to get rid of a 50k. 1, he just wiped their whole board. 2, he's got 50k. You're not going to minus him down unless you use every card in your hand. And He costs too much. He's just a big body. So in the yellow matchup, he's great for that. In the green matchup, here's the tech. You never want to play the first Broly. Okay? Why? Because unless you got like 3 Broly's in your hand, you don't know whether your opponent is going to do. You play your Broly, cool. Now your opponent plays their Broly, pops your Broly. Oh shit. And you play a Broly, you pop their Broly. Oh, cool. They play a Broly, pop your Broly. You ain't got no more Broly. You're done, right? When you play this card, it incentivizes your green opponent to play their Broly and pop him, because there's just no other way they're going to get rid of him, especially while he's stuck upright. Okay? You incite this Broly war that then you get to win, and then they played it, popped them. Damn. Well, now you get to play your first fucking Broly and pop theirs. So even on times when I do have the Broly in hand, I am ready to play. If I want to wipe that field, I'm gonna wipe that field with Childhood Gohan. And if they don't do anything about it, I'm gonna swing 50. I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna swing 45 twice. I mean, it's gonna get out of hand really fast. So this is why I say Son Gohan Childhood 7-drop and get 2 of these over running 3 of these and what. Nah, dude. Like, honestly, that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm seeing good success for it. So this card is a good card. Whoever, hey man, cool, don't play it. I'll play that card against you and you can figure it out. So now we're coming into the MVP of the deck, and this is Broly. It's hard for me to say he's the MVP. He's just the icing on the cake. He's the cherry on top. He's Broly, man. Okay, so we got draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. When attacking, once per turn, switch this card to active mode. So what's going on is you are drawing a card for free, which is huge. You're popping anybody, including Teen Gohan or Son Gohan, whatever. And then you're attacking twice for 45. So he's the reason we're ramping. He's our win condition. He's what we want to see late game. This is not a card that you're going to charge. I see people sometimes, not at my locals anymore, but you know, I would see people charge this card. The only time I'm charging that card is if I have 3 of them in my hand and I'm going against yellow, because frankly, I gotta charge something, and I don't see myself needing more than 2 Brolys to finish them. So this is why I'm running them. Couple of techs to do, a couple of things to look out for is when you're against yellow, understand that I've had a situation against my buddy, the dirtiest of pandas, Dirty Panda, where, you know, he's got his 5K, or excuse me, his 5-drop Frieza that'll freeze somebody. And then he's also got his cooler out that when being attacked, he can, you know, turn anybody sideways, exhaust them for the round. Okay. So you have to make a sadistic choice between, are you popping the guy who is going to keep your character frozen and then be able to double attack you? Or are you popping the blocker who is going to cause your guy to be exhausted? You see what I'm saying? So it's just a couple things you got to think about. But I mean, by the time you get the Broly, man, you're looking to clean it up. Like we said, you don't want to play him first if you can control it. You would much rather, if you know your life affords it, you would much rather play him and to react to your opponent's Broly and knock their Broly off, and then just continue your onslaught. So this is the deck list. This is my deck list that won me my tournament, and you know, very happy with it. Very happy with the switch to Broly. Very happy with the couple of changes I've made, making, you know, going up to 4 gigantic meteor. If I had to change anything at this point, I really am thinking about getting rid of, I was gonna say going down on Android 16. Yo, you got to pay extra for that one. Anyhow, I really am thinking about getting rid of that Android 16 and possibly just running another 10K combo of any kind. But we got a winning deck list here, and at this point, my thoughts on Broly as a leader and whole. I think he's just outvaluing everybody, frankly. You know, there was a time when I guess that he was looked down upon as maybe the second best leader. And the thing about that is I just don't understand that logic anymore. The reason why is because he's swinging into everybody, 10K above, Childhood Gohan included. And Childhood Gohan can use their ability once, okay? But he's at 25K the entire turn. And being at 25K the entire turn is netting you so much more card advantage over your opponent. Your opponent is having to invest every time or have cards that are, you know, powerful enough on the field, which in turn requires more energy investment just to be able to swing into this leader. So he effectively outvalues every other leader in the game right now. You've seen my super fucking close ass match against Juan with his, what was that? Goku Black. And that got about as nutty as it could go. You know, I actually drew a gigantic meteor out of life and was able to block out of I forget if it was my second to last or my last life that, you know, that would have killed me. And I honestly do forget if I had the counter in hand. But, you know, it takes big bodies to be able to swing at your leader. Yeah, you know, for 25K. And then not to mention that if you are making a deck to just beat Broly, you are probably opening yourself up to the rest of the meta to just basically be destroyed. So that's how I feel about Broly right now. And I really do think he's a great leader. And I just realized I probably need to fucking turn this video upside down so that you can actually see all this shit. But anyhow, I think he's a great leader. He's my favorite leader right now. And, you know, goes great into yellow. And currently everybody is playing yellow to counteract, you know, Childhood Gohan. So do what you will with this information and understand that I am virtually running the same list as Son Gohan Childhood. I just switched out Broly. That is literally all I did and was able to take a win. So I know I'm running this video kind of long, but I just wanted to get into an explanation, you know, give you guys a good explanation on what you're trying to do. And I think it's pretty straightforward. Watch it on 1.5. That's what I do. And I will see you guys next time. This has been Murado Music with 3-Piece TCG. Peace.
Swag dripping like a Fazaduni fixing. Got Luffy ambition. King of the rappers, the mission. I see they got the lights.